Hello, my friends. Janet Parks here, and I'm so excited to hang out with you guys this evening because we are talking about one of my favorite topics tonight, which is personal branding. And more specifically, we're going to be showing you how to get started creating a personal brand for 2023. So I'm just excited to really help you bring in the new year in an awesome way. And one of the biggest ways to do that is, especially if you're in business, if you're in network marketing, direct sales, small business, and you're promoting online, one of the best ways to do it is by creating your identity online. Okay. Creating your personal branding. Okay. So if you're new here, again, Janet Parks here, CEO and founder of Solutions for Sellers. We help online sellers simplify the way that they post online by creating incredible content tools that are easy plug and play. That's going to help you stand out and really simplify the way that you post. And we find that what really creates the biggest impact for online sellers is having easy to use templates, captions, graphics, so that you can simply just plug in your content, slap on your logo, right? Change a few things here and there, but you have like the general format there ready to be used, manipulated, and then scheduled to post. That's kind of our jam. We help online sellers simplify their branding online. So I'm excited to get into tonight's training. If you're watching for the business page and you're new, comment below with hashtag new. Make sure to join the group. We have some amazing training posts in there, along with a freebie download to help you get started with personal branding like right now. There's an audit page in there that allows you to kind of show you how to audit your social media profile, because a lot of us don't realize that our social media profiles are basically our storefronts if you're marketing online. If you have an online business or you sell, if you're a distributor, affiliate marketer, whatever, your social media profile is your storefront. Okay. It is, and first impression is everything, right? First impression is everything. People will click on your profile, and if there's something that it just doesn't vibe with them, if you don't have your branding on point, a lot of people just click off, find somebody else that is going to meet their needs, right? Because people are looking for resources, and you want to be at the forefront of what they are looking for, right? So let's go ahead and get started into tonight's training. Today, I'm going to be basically talking about the three main reasons to build a brand, right? Some of you guys that are direct sellers, network marketing, some of y'all are probably thinking like, what is the purpose of having a brand, right? Why do I need to brand myself? Comment below if, when you think about branding, if it's overwhelming, if the topic itself overwhelms you. Let me know in the comments, because if it does, I can relate to you, because when I first started Solutions for Sellers back in 2019, I just remember thinking, okay, I've got a business now, right? I'm a big girl. I got a business. I'm selling stuff. People are buying it. We're still figuring ourselves out. I need a brand, right? Everybody else has got a brand. I got to figure that out. So I'm like, okay, so what do brands have? They have branding colors. And I took, you guys, it took me like 2 weeks to figure out what colors best represent me and the philosophy of purple, and what does that do when it's combined with green? Because purple and green used to be my branding colors. Not cute, just not cute at all. But I was looking at the philosophy behind the colors and what it all meant, and blah, 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 and what font best represents my personality for my content templates, and blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that was like, boom. I'm not a professional graphic designer, and I'm not a professional like artist. So how am I supposed to just create this image, this brand? And then the other part, let me know if this is something that's overwhelmed you, is the pictures, right? Well, let me just tell you something. At the time, I'm like, okay, so I guess I need professional photos, because all these people have these amazing, like, like the people that are just like, that was a horrible example. Sorry. But there's people online that have these amazing professional photos of themselves, and they look like, oh, amazing, right? Like, you want to look amazing too. I guess I need that too. So I realized, looking into photographers, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So basically, bottom line, I did what I could, right? I made the best of what I had, what the resources that I was able to have at the time. Okay. And so instead of a fancy DSLR camera, I had my iPhone, right? Which was nice at the time. Instead of these fancy ring lights, I had a little $18 ring light. The ones that was like this small, the ring light was like that small and it has a little clip on and you clip it on the desk. And I stood next to a window, right? Because they say natural lighting is the best. And I did the best I could. I took nice photos that way and I operated my business. You guys can see in the group, go through the past history. Okay. Look at the photos that I took. I was doing my best. Okay. I did the best that I could. So I want you guys to understand it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Your branding does not have to be this incredibly gorgeous thing that is just made from the gods of artists, graphic artists. It doesn't need to be all that. It just needs to be you. That's one thing that I've learned over time. It needs to be you. Yes, you want to have an image. You want to have a professional image. Obviously, you want people to take you seriously. So we have some of that going on here, right? Some of that's going on here. But for the most part, I am still myself. And that's what personal branding is all about. I am myself. People like me for me. People join me for me. People follow my trainings because I'm goofy and I like to have fun and I like to be myself. And that is a perk advantage that you have if you're thinking about personal branding and you're thinking, this is overwhelming. Like I want to do the thing, but it's just so much and I'm not that professional and I don't want to brush my hair, right? I work 12 hours a day. I don't want to come home and brush my hair and put lipstick on. That's okay. You don't have to do that. Okay. We're not asking you to do that here. The advantage that you have of just being you is the fact that there's nobody else like you. Isn't that amazing when you really think about it? You can copy paste a template. You can copy paste captions. You can copy paste colors, right? You can copy paste everything else. Everything else can be a renewed version of, or a version of, or a copy of. But for you, nobody is like you. There is no other person that is like you. And that is what the massive advantage that you have that you really don't want to overthink. Be yourself. Whatever you love to talk about it. Yesterday. Okay. Whatever you're passionate about, talk about it. Yesterday. All right. Don't worry about how many people are viewing your stuff, how many followers you have. Branding has nothing to do with that. Followers is a cosmetic metric. Okay. Followers are cosmetic. All right. So if you were looking at somebody and they have 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, that doesn't always translate to their bank account. Just because you have 1,000,000 followers does not mean that you know how to monetize that mess. Am I right? So don't look at your Instagram and you only got 1,000 followers. That does not mean that that person is unsuccessful. Okay. That means the less followers, in my opinion, the better, because that means you're weeding out through the people that don't belong in your followership, that don't belong in your tribe. Okay. You're reaching the right people. You're targeting the right people. And that is so much better. Having an audience, small audience that are the right people that want to plug into everything that you have to say is so much better than having 1,000,000 followers that found you because you did like 45,000 trends and they know nothing about you, that are completely disconnected from you. Okay. So you really want to outweigh those things. All right. But branding is all about you. So let's talk about the three main reasons. Okay. Three main reasons, in my opinion, that anybody should begin thinking about and getting started when it comes to personal branding. Those three main reasons that I wrote down here for you. Okay. By the way, comment below if you did get some value out of those 10 posts tonight. If you had a chance to take a look at it, did you have an aha moment? Really curious to know what your opinion is. And if you had a chance to download the freebie, make sure to download the freebie because it's really going to tie a lot of things together. If this training goes through so many things, because we're going to go through a few things, that freebie is going to help you with like step one. Okay. Step one is going to be that freebie. So you want to make sure you download that. All right. So why build a brand? Number one, it makes you memorable, right? We kind of talked about this. There's nobody else who's a version of you. There's nobody that's like you out there, right? So it makes you memorable. It helps you stand out. And one of the biggest things that I have learned with our brand that I'm continuing to learn is that when you're memorable and people remember what you've done for them, they continue to come back and they always come back with a friend. You'll notice that over time, that when they come back, they always come back with a friend. Oh my gosh, Janet taught me this one thing. Jessica, you need to go check her out. That is what you want for your business too. You want to be that person that they remember. You don't just want to be the person that does Color Street, right? Cool. I sell for Color Street. Fantastic. So do 50,000 other people. All right. You want to be Oh, Jessica does that nail stuff, but she's awesome. Like you need to go and follow her because Jessica not only like helps with my nails every month, but she knows like how to help me with my whatever else you do in addition to that. Okay? So makes you memorable. The next thing is helps you stand out. That kind of plays into making you memorable, right? Having your own personal brand helps you stand out. There's nobody else like you. There's nobody else that's going to have that same messaging as you. Maybe similar messaging because some of y'all are selling the same thing as other people, but you want to have your own thing, right? You want to have your own thing. So, creating that personal brand helps you stand out from the crowd. And a lot of times that's what you need. There's a reason why I have one person where I buy all my Norwex stuff because she's fantastic. I know her. She's funny. She's a lot of fun, right? And I met her through this industry. And I don't want to go to anybody else, even though I have full access to hundreds of different Norwex people, and they're fantastic too. But I like her because she does something special. And that special thing is her being who she is. I love her for her being who she is. And she takes care of me. She knows me. She knows my kids. So I always buy from her. The same thing from like other things that I do, right? I have one jewelry lady. A lot of you guys know who that is. But that jewelry lady is fantastic. She's so fast. She's on point. I don't have time. A lot of the time I just don't have a lot of time, right? So I when I message her, she like reads my mind. I swear. Like I comment on something and she's on point. She knows exactly what I want. She helps me pair things. She helps create the experience so easy for me. So there's a reason why I follow her because she knows I'm busy and she's very understanding of it. And she's not up my butt and around the corner. And I love that because a lot of people are up my button around the corner. Can you guys relate? Yeah, because some people do that. All right. So think about that as far as like helping you stand out. What are those little things that make you special that's going to help someone want to continue coming back to you, right? And bringing a friend. The third one is, and this is going to be the hard one that some of y'all are going to really, you're going to have a hard time hearing this one, but this is a reality. Early 2022, a huge company completely shut down. And there was no warning. A lot of people lost massive income, especially people that were at the top. And it was devastating for a lot of people for a long time. So this last piece is you don't want to necessarily have all your eggs in one basket. Okay. Don't tie yourself down to just one thing that you're doing. You don't want to just rely on your company to completely give you everything that you need. You want to create your own identity. Your identity should not be your company. Your identity should be you. Because if anything does happen and stuff gets real, and that's just the reality of things, companies close all the time, new companies open all the time, right? You want to make sure that you at least have you, right? You have your brand. People follow you for you, not just the thing that you sell. Does that make sense? All right. Because there's just so much to that last piece, but I'll just leave it at that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the 3 C's of branding. And then I'm going to be leading you guys into this last piece of the training for tonight. And it's really going to give you a really awesome step forward into learning how to personally brand yourself in 2023. Okay. So let's talk about the 3 C's to branding. Okay. I've got 3 C's that I want to share with you guys. All right. And if you guys saw that tonight, I'm basically going to briefly go over that with y'all. So here are the 3 C's. Number 1, okay, these are the 3 C's that are going to help you really kind of narrow down your focus points when it comes to building your brand. After you do your audit, okay, so you want to make sure you do your audit first and then watch these 3 C's and really start to focus on it. Number 1, connection, okay? I want you to write that down. I want you to write it down. If you're taking notes, write that down. Connection is number 1. Your brand is a connection to your audience. Okay. It's how people connect with you. All right. Many of you guys who've been following me for a while, you guys know that we have a connection, right? What is that connection? Well, I relate to you because I'm an introvert. A lot of y'all are introverts. Believe it or not. Yes, I'm an introvert, right? That's relatable. We have that connection piece. The other connection piece is I'm not a fancy person. Okay. I'm just not. That's just in my nature. I'm not riding around in Maseratis and all those other things, right? Not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm not fancy. That's just not my personality, right? I do not like nice things, but I prefer to keep those things to myself, right? So I keep the nice things like that to myself. So how can I relate to you on that piece? Well, number one, I am not a flashy person. Okay. So for those of you guys that are flashy people, maybe that's not the point that we relate on, but you guys that are not flashy people also, you guys can relate to me on that. The third one is I'm a mom, right? So I'm a mom of littles. There's so many people that follow me that are also moms of littles. Or even if you're not a mom of littles, you're a mom in general. We have that connecting piece. You guys have seen my kids before. My kids have popped in on lives every so often, right? I'm also a fur baby mama, right? So I've got cats and I've got dogs. And you guys have seen them come on the screen every so often, right? So you guys can a lot of you guys are fur baby mamas. Comment below if you are. So those are our kind of like, that's just a very general example, but those are some connecting pieces that I have with y'all, right? So think about what are those connection pieces that you can have with your audience? Because if you can be relatable to people, right, and they can relate to you, then they have a little bit more of a comfort zone when it comes to approaching you, right? They feel like you are approachable. And that's kind of a big piece here. When it comes to creating your personal branding, you want to make sure that you're still an approachable person. And that is one of the best ways to do it, is making sure that you are somebody that you can connect with people online. Does that make sense the way that I just worded that? Okay. The next one is content. Okay. Content. And then, of course, connection pieces are part of your content strategy, but you want to make sure you have different elements in your content strategy. Okay. Because your content is everything. Your content is really going to let people know who you are, how you serve them, what you represent, and what you want to really put out there into the world, and what type of value you want to give to your audience. Okay. So having a really good content strategy is very important. You need to know who you help and how you help them, what value you give to those people. Why are they following you? You need to give them a reason to follow you other than just the thing that you sell. For some of y'all, that's like, what? What do you mean? That's kind of the reason why I want people following me, is so that they can buy from me. Sure. But if you're building a brand that's going to explode, right? A massive brand, you don't want just to lead people to your products. You want people to come to you, right? You are going to be at the forefront of that. So how are you going to do that? You want to have content that's going to give people something. All right. If you want to get, that's great. But if you put that persona out there, get, sale, right? And that's all you're giving to your audience, they're going to run in the opposite direction. And then what they're actually looking for, they're going to find it in someone else, because guess what? Serve your customers or someone else will. I want you guys to write that down. Serve your customers or someone else will. Okay. It's one thing. Of course, you want to sell. That's part of what we do, right? Of course, this is why we do the thing that we do. We want to make money online. We want to create some passive income for ourselves, residual income. We want to create an income online. I totally understand that. Those are valid points, of course, but it cannot be the entire thing, the entire reason you're doing what you're doing. Okay. Passion. You need passion. In order to be good at what you do and really, really grow, you need passion. You need to be able to give something to your audience. Okay. And I gave you guys some examples of what that could look like at the beginning of the training, but you need to really start thinking about those things, because the more that you give, okay, the more you can get. I think Gary Vee has like a really good saying, right? It's like, what is it? Like something, jab, hook, right? So you give, and the hook is bringing people in. Now you're allowed to sell something, but you have to serve your audience first. You have to give them the reason why they should buy from you to begin with. It's not something that you're entitled with. Okay. You're not entitled to just be able to sell things. And people really can't like comprehend that. It's hard for people to comprehend. Like, why don't people just buy from me? You have to think about what's missing, right? Your VIP group, if it's dead, what is that missing piece? Connection. Okay. Maybe it's the connection piece. Maybe it's the content, right? Maybe it's consistency. That brings me to my third C, consistency. Okay. If you're going to create connections online, fantastic. If you're going to create amazing content, that's also great, right? Those are the two biggest things that you need. but you also need to be consistent. You can't show up and then disappear off the face of the earth for 2 weeks. You can't do that. You cannot do that, because guess what that means? That means that you're not, what's that word? Trustworthy. That's a hard word right there. Okay. That's a hard word that I just gave you. Trustworthy. Consistency has to do with trust. So if you've been consistent in the past, that's okay. We're all human. I just want you guys to know that. Sometimes I'm inconsistent with things. We're all human. However, you cannot live in that space. You can't live in the, well, we're human, so it's okay for me to be inconsistent a few times. You just can't do that, especially if you want to grow a successful business. And that might be a hard truth for some of y'all, but you have to create a consistency plan. I'm not saying you need to post every day. I'm saying you need to be consistent in whatever frequency you choose. If you are going to post reels, post them, but be consistent, right? That means you can't go 7 days without posting a reel. All right. That's kind of a rule of thumb, at least 3 days a week, right? My rule of thumb is at least 3 days a week, because I've got little kids. I've got so many other things going on. And sometimes I just don't have time to batch create my content. It just happens, especially now, right? It's holiday season. Christmas is around the corner. New Year's is around the corner, right? Give yourself that grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. But you want to make sure that you're disciplined with something, okay? Create the plan, stay disciplined with it. So those are the 3 C's, guys: connection, consistency, and content. Do you guys find that valuable? Hashtag value in the comments. All right, so let's get into this last piece, guys. We're going to be talking about really quickly this amazing, I want to make sure that I give you this, because if you're serious about creating a personal brand for 2023, and you're serious about showing up in a massive, impactful way that's going to change your business, it's going to help you grow. It's going to help you grow your followers, your VIP group, your overall influence with your audience, right? If you really want to help people, and if you're really passionate about what you're doing, and you really want to make a massive impact, you're going to want to check this next part out. Okay. So we have this crazy awesome promotion that's going on for the Simply Sustainable Academy. If you're an Academy member, comment below how long have you been an Academy member, and what is your favorite thing about the Academy? This is my monthly membership. I started, I want to say, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago, maybe a little over that. I don't know. I don't remember when I started it, but this membership is a content tool membership. Okay. This membership gives you everything that you could need for your social media, for you to stay consistent with your social media. Okay. So for those of you that are overwhelmed with social media and staying consistent with party scripts, VIP group, right? Story content, all the things that you can think of, this membership is going to solve that problem for you. All right. So let's just talk about it really quickly, because I know we're talking about personal branding. And I gave you those 3 C's, right? Our templates give you everything that you could need for you to show up consistently, right? We have censure links that are attached to our scripts or our graphic packs. There's a ton of connection pieces as well that allow you to kind of plug yourself into these posts. So it's not like this weird copy paste thing where you have to stay strict to what it is and you can't personalize it. It's totally customizable. It's totally customizable. So you can really play into your brand and help yourself stand out. So let's do this really quickly. In addition to that, okay, we're going to share a screen here, and I want to show you something that's included in the Academy membership. All right. And this is really what's going to help you start really building that brand. So this is the Academy membership. Okay. So this is what your back office looks like. You have a back office, which is the Academy website. And then you have a Facebook group community where you get to connect with everybody else in the community. They're sharing their results. They're sharing their stuff, what they're using, asking questions. It's a great community. So you have the welcome member here. So you have a welcome center. You have a direct sales training hub. Okay. And let me just show you this really quickly. This thing, okay, page has our how to host a weekly girls night in training in here. If you haven't tried a girls night in, you're gonna want to check this training out. And there's scripts in here. Every time that she makes scripts for the Academy, they are in here, guys. Okay. Such an incredible training. we actually had Audrey Peacock, who is an Academy member, book 3 parties this past week, doing a girls' night in event in her VIP group. It's boosted her engagement, and she has a quick 7-minute video here that walks you through how she uses it and how it's helped her business. Okay. We have incredible content like that. Okay. But the one that I really want to show you, we have our monthly coaching calls. So once a month, you can hop on a Zoom and you can connect with me. We can ask you questions about your business. I can answer your questions about what it is that you're working through in your business, your VIP group, whatever you need. So that's once a month. Module 4 is where you're going to get all of your monthly content, your VIP group scripts, your story content. I'll just show you what we released for December. Okay. All right. So let me just show you guys this. We have Gifting Galore social party script, 12 days of Christmas, a social event ugly sweater mystery hostess party, December VIP group, year-end reflection leaders pack for your team, having training content for your team, December engagement story pack for your stories, Carol trivia, done for you posts for Carol trivia to get your group engaged, right? It can be used on your Instagram as well. December affirmation pack, motivational quote pack. We have so much that we release on a monthly basis, guys. It is wild. It's insane on the membrane. Okay. So as far as your content, it's not something you really have to think about because we have it. All right. So here's the biggest thing. Okay. Let me show you this. All right. If you guys want to really get into personal branding, the Academy, of course, has amazing content tools ready for you to really plug yourself in. There's incredible trainings, coaching calls galore, all the things. But when it comes to your personal branding, I created a 12-day personal branding course to help you get started in a massive way. Okay. We have 12 training videos in here to show you how to brand your social media between all the platforms when it comes to creating banners, Facebook profile makeover, how to set up a branding kit in Canva, Instagram makeover, TikTok makeover, how to create branded content. So if you guys are watching this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do better content. I want to create branded content, but I just don't know how to. We have a whole training video in here along with a 12-day workbook to show you exactly how to brand yourself. Okay. So this 12-day branding workshop, okay, is included for Academy members. All right. So you're going to want to check that out, my friends. All right. Okay. So let me stop sharing my screen really quickly. If y'all want to start your business or you want to revamp your business or you want to relaunch your business, you want to start branding yourself, you want to start really kind of using resources that work, okay? Using amazing content and resources that work that are already provided for you, you're going to want to enroll in the Academy. So if you guys have questions, if you guys want information, comment below with the word Academy, and we will have somebody reach out to you with some information, including the link for you to enroll, whether it's monthly or annually. And I hope you guys check that out. Of course, if you guys have questions, comment below. Academy members, if you love the Academy, make sure to share with us below as well so that everybody can kind of take a look if you guys are kind of thinking about it. All right. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you this evening. I hope that you guys found value in tonight's training. Hashtag value in the comments. Thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.